Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of Total War 3 Kingdoms. We're here with our Cao Cao campaign. Started in 190, we're in 211 now. And as we see, things are pretty good for the restored Han Empire here. Now we've got war all around, but we also have a whole bunch of heavy hitters. Any one of our armies, we can be quite confident can stand up to fight against anything that there is. You know, maybe they could get enough armies, like, you know, 2 armies might be trouble if we're weakened some, but, you know, still, like, we're not worried about it. Now, is it boring to be at a point in a campaign when you're not afraid of anyone? Not to me. We just got here, right? We just started being this strong. So, you know, I'm not over it yet. But we'll be rolling in a lot of auto attacks. Also, we haven't technically won the campaign yet. The game hasn't told me that I've won yet. No, we can wait there. So we're starting to make lots and lots of money, but we need to, like... we need to take Luoyang and start building there, because we need to restore the palace for the emperor. You know, we need to narratively get that hit. We'll just go right here and ambush, and hopefully catch them out. Now Sun Quan needs to get off of the water, right? But we can catch Manya Chung right here, which is excellent. Well, you know, we're gonna do the fight because I want to do a fight. We're gonna night battle him though. It's not gonna be very sporting, is it? It's all right. Sun Quan has spent a long time administrating, and you know he's happy with how things have worked out, right? You know. Through his sister's marriage to Cao Pi, you know, their family's place is secured. They can be pretty happy all around, you know. We're just gonna put the trebs here. Feels bad, the trebs here with flaming shot, yes. Now, the Nanman weakness is fire, and they don't have cavalry, and I do. And that's 2 weaknesses. 1 would probably be enough to get some stuff down, too. We'll certainly do it. Let's get to it here. We're gonna keep the cavalry to run over folk later. Formation, just so we can give them a move forward order without them getting weird about it. And we're just gonna have them fire lane at will. You know, he does have wisdom. We should send them along. I don't think any of these people have bows. No. But we are great fighters. We are moderately good fighters. And none of these people, actually, they all can kind of... Oh, it's Chabot! Chabot, my girl! This was, in my, my Lady Turong campaign. She was my retinue. She had the elephant. We went with her through many, many years. And yeah, so here, this is what it's like to fight the Nanman when you have your explosive, ammo, right? Like, it gets it done. And they've got their fire archers as well, of course. We're just gonna go ahead and push him in there. Manyashang wants to duel. I don't know if that's wise. That is not wise. Man, is he a good fighter. The Nanman lords, you know, they are no slouches. they have these really cool mechanics where, you know, rather than leveling up in the trees, like... Alright, that's no evasion and no armor, that's pretty rough. But we're gonna go in here and hit the roar and crumble this position, hopefully. Gonna send the cav in now. The good thing is that we know that our infantry are very good at fighting. The bad thing is that, man, they, you know, they're crumbling, but their lords are good fighters. What I got distracted by saying is, so as they fight, they get stronger, right? Rather than just, oh, they're level 8 or whatever, and they got a skill. You know, they win more duels and they get more damage. You know, they win more fights, they get certain stats, that kind of thing. Like, they go on miniature quests, and they all do that. So the longer they fight, they can become quite fearsome. So even without having totally amazing items, you know, he actually has... just passives that give him very big damage. But Mangyashang is getting lit up right here. He is like trying to hide in the bushes. It doesn't work. He gets shot up entirely. And we're just gonna keep on rolling him up. It's like, you wouldn't think this is one of the most dangerous dudes on the battlefield. It is. Just stalking his way through the forest. Slowly stalking his way through the forest. And then we take the fastest guy on the battlefield. I'm like, why are we still fighting these fools? Who's left? Ah, here he is. He's very calm about this. But the Protectors of Heaven are gonna catch up soon, and then this dude's gonna be in trouble, right? It's all about to come down. There we go. Or rather, there I thought we went. We're still fighting? We're still fighting, alright. Surprising. I'm like, I would have thought we would have wrapped it up by now. There we go. It's like, I thought they had all run. And of course, with the roar ability on your vanguard rather than... And of course, releasing them makes other people mad at me, but I want them to join me eventually, right? Like, I want everyone in China to see that following us is the right way to do things. There's no reason to be too hasty. After all, sometimes repeated acts of mercy are necessary in order to achieve change. The Confucians believe that, and I do too. Whether or not it's wise for them to be doing that here will remain to be seen. Go in there, we'll deal with it. Moved in here. Zhengxiang, my girl. Maybe she'll join me. Nah, she's got her own faction. We'd have to... Maybe she'll join with us, you know. Why do we fight? Oh, because she wants to fight. Alright, let's brawl then. Whatever. Get some. If you don't like me that much, I'm sure you're right and I'm wrong. It's like we don't even want to build the palace here. We need to build the palace at Luoyang. That's what has to happen. That'll be, you know, that'll be the end. We need to send somebody up to get Luoyang accordingly. But whom shall I send? Whom shall I send? Yuan Tan is a great and a brave fighter. Sabo is a child of our family and must be given a command, however. And so much the better if he has something good under his belt like this. This is an assassin, so she'll level up and they will party together. This guy is... And I'd like to know, we need... yes. Cao Cao. Daughter of the Southlands, probably a spy, but she's going to be so happy forever that it won't matter. And we'll throw her in here. An army of amateurs. It'll be okay. Like, does she have fire arrows? She does not. It'll be okay. We will give her the title that gives her fire arrows. Oh my goodness, look at me playing the game right. I've never done this in my life. Alright, so we give her flaming shot for the trebuchets, but I think on the arrows is more important. Where's that out? It's somewhere. No, that one's poisonous. Alright, maybe. Alright, maybe we're just getting the flaming shot. That'll have to do. Yeah. She'll be the commander who scales city walls. That's who she'll be. Alright, if that's the case, then we don't really need... There we go. A brutal mix, give her at least a decent quality sword and some decent armor. There we go. And Sabo can get the Lord's Will armor to become unbreakable. Just as he should have. Alright. We'll carry on. Now this army will be at full strength in like one turn, because that's the world we live in now. It's pretty sweet. And then we're going to move up and take Luoyang there. We still are revenue positive because of how much we have controlled corruption across the board here. But we're just gonna, we're just gonna hold on to this guy, and if we need to, eventually make somebody a vassal over in Nanman, perhaps he could be a good choice there. All right, a nice clean turn. And of course, every champion army that we can afford and send out is another prong on the front that they're not going to be able to get away from. The tines of the fork of the Han Empire will be powerful indeed. Liu Dai passes away. Ah, glorious, a joyous day. The Empress and Emperor welcome another daughter. Liu Tingxiong has been born. Sima Yi declines to serve, citing failing health and paralysis. Suspicious of his fuel, you dispatch agents to watch him and report that they witnessed him running during a rainstorm. We're gonna demand he appear. We summon him immediately. He starts at level 7. We're gonna make him Minister of Ceremonies. Like, is he already happy enough? He's already happy enough. Alright, so you get him at 7 and he has the tree, so you need to get to Whitewater. Oh yeah, you can get right there. Yeah, so Whitewater is a map-wide ability that Sima Yi has. I've never gotten to do this before. So... oh, it's going to be fun, though. So it basically, it turns off abilities. Like how other strategists have a limited aura to delay abilities. As long as he's out there. And he can't be, like, getting shot at. And he can't be, like, hidden away. You have to be, like, on a hill so they can see him. Then, like, none of your foes can do anything. And now he's here. And that means actually we're going to go ahead and recall this retinue because it makes way more sense for Sima Yi to ingratiate himself with the new bastion of the Cao family and to try to impress the Emperor by taking the walls there. And he will have fire arrows on the Onyx Dragons. Hey, Luke. He said I already know the thing about Whitewater. I only knew because I read the enabled if things. I was like, hey, look at me, actually, because I had been thinking, oh, we'll give him stock. And then I was like, hey, maybe I should see if there are interactions listed. And there were. But, we threatened him, and now he'll work for us, because that's how it works. And Sabo, he's got his great armor. We'll get him a better sword when we can. Oh, you give the retinue stock and Whitewater, and then... only functions when they're in, I guess it was they're at least in their gauge with somebody, but then under fire. Oh yeah. Rather a problem. Wait, one more there. Meng Huo is here. But I fear none of them compared to Duosi, who we've already put into the dumpster. And of course, we already got the southern elephant. Dian Wei is riding it around. He's saying, look, now that I have this elephant, you're gonna be able to remember who I am, right? The name is George Nelson, not Babyface. He's got your laptop back. Nice, nice. Improved tapping is nice. Alright, our assassin gets adamant resolve, monstrous, brutal, and in all other ways good. Zhang Fei will not come in and fight us after we take this, and if he will, then, well, he'll deserve what happens to him, which will be a loss at the hands of a couple of schemers and one Zhang He. But we are, of course, just merrily rolling along here. Go ahead and roll that up. She's fine, so we'll move here. Go to ambush? No, we won't. We'll move here. And hope that we can provoke them into attacking us, and then we'll beat them down? Yeah. Just sunrun things. Just like hanging out with normal people. She's having a party. It'd be better if we had like a nice bandit sentinel to hang out with her, but she's not exactly like the star of this playthrough, you know, much as I would like her to be. Nanman Menace, a real menace, indeed. You know, at least they haven't fully unified, you know, like, I'm inclined to think that them having, you know, the different factions is much better than them all being one faction. Because then they can give all their best stuff to the people they like best. And that's how you end up losing your bow. Poor Sunrun. Alright, so Zhangxiang runs away, and we catch her. That's one of the bandit sentinels. I recognize her name. Do I remember her name? That's not fair. How dare you? No. But I recognize her name, and she's one of the bandit sentinels, and she's very valuable. I love her very much. She's best girl. Everybody knows that. We'll grab that. That'll drop the salary, you know, yeah, by a bit. We're very revenue positive now. We could afford, I mean, another army, right? Which means that's what we're going to do. There is literally no point in not grabbing another army when we can afford another army. Like in the past and move against Matong? No, I don't love that. Right here to go knock on the door inside of Nanman. That is what we'll do. And who wants to go? Well, I've got some ideas, first of all. Don't I have... Like, with all these people here, do I really not have another bandit sentinel on deck? Alas. Luoyang wants to go out, you know, he's like, hey, I just want to go and fight in the jungle. That's what I want at this point in life. And this guy can get mending eventually, so we'll take him. And there's our seasonal deployment, so we'll wait a little bit.
大人亲临，士气大振。
They're going to be fighting Nanman, so we don't need spear guards. I don't know if that's true, but that's the ideal we're laboring under. And he'll go smash Nanman, and Sun Run will roll this stuff up. Depending on how things go. You know, it's a party. Every time we go positive in revenue, we immediately spend it on another army, which is great. You know, we don't want to become stagnant and weak, right, as an empire. Hello, Swarty. How are you? In fact, the one city can produce a stack and a half of militia use just base income. Yeah, yeah. We were fighting Zoe's Junction. Exactly, yeah. Because not only that, but we had like the crazy spine because it was so much land for him to be on, and we only needed to pillage through. You know, his eggs were in every basket, and well, you know, he could only protect so many, like 0. Because it was a while before we even got like any sort of multiple armor going on there, and we get finest armor. Which armor? Bastion of Fire. Ooh. This is the unique Vanguard armor, so gives terror to the whole retinue. Very cool. Lowers your speed, but 80 armor. Very nice. Am I using any generic Vanguard in armies, though? Yes, I definitely am, right? One of them is hanging out with Sun Chuan, right? Yeah. Lei Tong, I knew your name. My guy, look at you. You're a real warrior now. Let's give you an heirloom spear. You don't need to be wearing that little G anymore. You're a champion. Here, carry this shaman around. You're about to really have a party over here. It's just one of this point where all the good insulars have gone. It is curious, right? I mean, I've got plenty of alright stuff, and I've got good weapons, you know, some. But yeah, some things are like, I don't know, you know. At least we found this, you know. We got a couple of those, actually, off of somebody else who already got them. Alright, so charge the gate for the retinue. Oh, we actually need forest penalties there. Well, you know, fortunately... Yeah, I'm like, all of this stuff is okay. We don't need that one because he's got like a cav retinue. Because we have the retinue swapped here, kind of, just for historical reasons. Someday we'll swap it again. Are they trying to ambush me? I was like, I think so, but I don't care. You know, you're locked in here with me. Oh, the ones I'm crafting myself don't count, you say. It's the factual weapons. Oh, well. Curious. I dare them to show up. Oh yeah. So earlier when we got the southern elephant, Sun Run put it down with the final shot onto King Duosi on the elephant, with Sun Run putting the hit in with the Cinnabar red bow at long distance. Yeah, you just you light them up and then you get control and then whatever the number is. So like there, control 9 makes it 9. Otherwise, hitting G, I usually actually, you know, I sometimes will do like control 1, 2, 3 in the order because I'm, you know, I like to be annoying. I don't love it about myself that I do that. You know, it's wasteful. Oh, Mulu's got a bow too? This'll be interesting. I wonder who's gonna be better at it. Who's the finest archer in the lands? Is it you or is it me? You wanna go, Minghu? You wanna have an archery fight with Sun Run? Sit still, I dare you. Oh, did I miss? Oh no, I missed. Alas. We should have got closer. We're getting into an archery duel. I don't think we're hitting him. Alright, we've mainly missed him every time. It's alright. Yeah, in my head, they're called control groups. Like they're like that's just like what I would call them. So yeah, but yeah, that's how you do them. It's like the RTS thing. Like the Imperial Cavalry are so slow compared to what I'm used to. I guess these are even faster from retinue things. But yeah, you know, 68 because like. I almost exclusively use heavy cav, or rather, very light cav, and now I'm only using heavy cav. Oh, javelin spear guards, we don't want that. They just really take their sweet time sometimes. And I'm like, please turn around and shoot. It would make me real happy if you did. When we get to this arc, the The trebs will open up. And of course, they have zero ability to quickly get around the sides. We're gonna go and flank there now. Because, of course, when the only thing that could possibly make a breakthrough is their generals, they do have 6 of them. I mean, that's not ideal, right? But we'll be able to get them down eventually. This isn't like that other army. Most of these generals are weak. Or at the very least, regular strong. That last fight that we did, man oh man, they were all real tough. We're going to bring the heavy cav over to that side. Or, you know, if I was a better player, we would have them in different spaces. These slingers getting within range there. Boom, boom, boom. We don't have fire arrows in this army. Which, you know, hard knock life, right? Oh, and they ran into the spears head on. Not ideal. But we do run into at least these guys here. We're just going to pull through the line. You know, it may not have been the cleanest maneuver, but if it works, it'll work. I know you might be thinking, I'm watching it and it's not working. It could eventually start working. After all, it's not like they're standing up to fight too well. We can advance the line here. All of their generals are hanging back so much. Oh, they do have a Merc cavalry unit. That's cute. Oh, you want to brawl? Very well, I accept. Just need to pull those cav this way. We pump up our evasion because we're dueling right next to each other. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff there. They've got, you know, their fire archers, which, you know, it's a little annoying, not very annoying. And our heavy cav get totally tied up there, but this heavy cav is just running rampant. And that is what happens when you control the charge and when you don't. He wins pretty handily, gets back on his horse soon. We need to get him over here to deal with Dong Tuna. Never mind, we need to fight Luo Jun, who thought that was somebody else's name, but it's possible they're spelled slightly differently. Sunrun has emerged victorious. That's surprising. Who would have thought that Best Girl would win the duel? Cav archers melting here and here. We're going to get them on the flank. We're going to charge into the fire arrows, and then we'll get them on the flank. Onyx Dragons out of ammo. That's a good feeling, right? Running out of ammo means you were shooting in Very well, I accept the duel. It means you were shooting into speared units enough to run out for long enough without being compromised, and that's worth it. Running over him there and here. Sunrun is just having an absolute party. She's got a serious expression on her face, but she's having a great day. Look, I know her. Look, this is her idea of a great time. Look at the bones. Look at the forces of her enemies falling around her. Look at her allowing the foe to leave because she's such a nice lady. She's like, look, I just wanted to prove I could do it. Anybody else want to go? Menghuo, you want to brawl? He doesn't. Very well. Then I will hit him with my spear. Halberd. Thing. Trying to run? You ain't getting away, buddy. Swiggity swoogity. Dumpstered. Sunrun, straight champion. Hey Kwong, how are you? You use fire? Absolutely, yeah. This strategist doesn't have it, unfortunately. We're in a lot of places on the map at this point in the campaign, but yeah, she's a real champ.
放了他们，他们只是奉命行事的士兵罢了。今天放你们一马。
Look at her smiling there. Now she's like, hey, I finally got to hit somebody. Give me some more. Give me some more. And we mop it up. This army now can get a strategist jammed in there. Which one? I mean, who's the one with a level that's not too old? You're 60. You're 51. 51's fine. You're level 3? Yeah. Why not? And savants do start on that side of the tree, and we will just accordingly line up with all Onyx Dragons here, because the fire arrows will be better than having the armor piercing on the Imperial crossbows. We're going to keep the ranged crossbows, though. I quite like them against Nanman because Nanman has such disadvantage when it comes to mobility, so you could really take advantage of flanking fire if you do. Or you could talk about doing it and not doing it, and that's fun too. You know, that's a really fulfilling time. Both of those things are good, actually. And these fools are just straight marching in through our lands. Well, have I got a scheme for that? No, I don't think so. Pretty annoying. Luji getting zeal. Soon she'll get adamant resolve. You know, they start her over here with tempered deflection, which, you know, this has got to be not my favorite part of the tree to start on. But, you know, she eventually gets where we want her to be. You get more experience for challenging duels than accepting them? Oh, sweet. I'll have to keep that in mind. And just like that, the brave commander Sabo, one of the youngest of the family, given his first military command, hanging out with an assassin and Sima Yi, at long last, completes the province of Chen. Because this has not been in my lands the whole time, right? This has always been with them, right? I'm pretty sure that's true, that they had that. Though the entire, yeah, since 190. And look, we wanted them to be our friend. Nobody tried more than me to make everything work out, you know, for everybody. But some people just don't want to get along. And that's very sad. Professionalist raiment. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. What a cool look. Even if it didn't have better stats, it would be a better idea. Alright, and then we can give, you know, generic expertise. Sure, why not? Generic cunning. Sure, why not? Give him a bow. You always want to give a bow to a strategist, unless the person's got an ability that goes in. I think that's true. It might not be. Going over here to get poison volley, of course. Oh yeah, now we're ready to roll out, son. Heavy historical capital now. Luoyang. Yeah, so I'm thinking, like you planted the seed of the idea, but yeah, so that's what this army is doing here. We're rolling this up, and then we're going up to Luoyang, and Sabo is gonna be, you know, the young one, but he's, you know, because he will have come of age with the emperor already being established, right? And he's gonna be able to be like, hey, look, you always talk about how you grew up there. I went and I took it back, and I built this awesome palace for you. Like, are you proud of me? You know, so I thought that could be cool. And then Sima Yi will get to take the credit for it, because he just showed up, right? So he needs to really ingratiate himself. So he inserted himself with the army of the person who he thought could lead him to glory and influence the best. You can tell I have a super high opinion of this guy. In a world where Cao Cao is a good guy, everybody else could be a good guy too, but that doesn't mean they're not self-interested. And now this army gets to roll, and of course it is notable for not being like one of my modern armies yet. No, we just need to convert this over to more cav archers. We can do that once we're done here, though. Dianwei has the southern elephant, so I can't wait. You know, we're obviously excited to have this army, which, you know, has been long serving, whether or not it was just the generals hanging out for a while. He's very loyal to 3 entire generations of Style Emperors. Yeah, you know, I don't think it's like, I don't like, he's not like a bad, look, I feel like Sima Yi gets a bad rap because of how poorly the dynasty established as a result of his actions ended up being perceived, right? If that makes any sense. Like, because obviously, like, you judge like a political leader by what happens after they're gone, but how long after they're gone, right? You know? Like, was the era of the Jin on the face of it any more obviously stupid of an idea than the one that came right before it? That I'm not convinced of, right? And to that end, hey, look, it's about time somebody sees the benefits of peace. Look, an honorable offer. Huzzah! And we're going to mediate peace with the looters. And with our vassal, the Han Empire. And with Gongdu. Am I going to be out of unreliability soon? Look at that. Only a -4. We're trustworthy, guys. 212. If we can get over it, it could happen for you too. We're gonna play a rousing version of Who's That Knocking on My Door by saying hello to Zhurong. And of course, it's time to do a real fight. They've got a garrison, you know, followers to the flame. We got some tigers, lions. I mean, the real lion here is my lady, the Queen Zhurong. Delai's here too, you know, you gotta be careful with him. Let's get to it. Think she'll sally out? You know, that does sound like her. My girl. Yeah, we'll just go in right here. Oh, right, they don't have fire arrows. I remember. At least the level 6 trebs. And internally, quite annoying to siege, but we'll just burn down the towers, crack the walls, run in, right? Assuming we hit the towers at all. There we go. A hit. A fine hit. Because with like 11 ammo and 4 trebs, you gotta hit the tower eventually, right? I mean, don't answer that. Obviously, we don't really have to hit it. We're sure missing it so far, but any of these could hit. I might be messing up. I need to crack the walls, right? I mean, the gate's almost gone. There we go. At least there's that. Alright, there we go. No, we don't need a wall crack there. We need it, like, here and here. And we should be able to get one breach at least, which is better here. Oh no, I left the flaming shot on. Maybe we're not going to get a single breach then. Nope. Well, bad play. No wall breaches, and we'll be under fire from that tower. Maybe. Maybe we can get it to get shooting into these turtle guys. Anyway, time for me to do that thing where I throw by running in because I'm a moron and don't know what to do. Anyway, a total failure A total failure of siege technology, right? What an idiot. But it might work anyway. After all, if we just make these towers shoot us and then walk in here and fight, we'll win, right? Right. It's not like Delay can do 4,500 damage in a matter of moments. It'd be fine. It's literally not like that. It's not like a wall breach would have really helped here. It'll be okay. Time to have a slog. What's the worst that could happen, right? I guess we could sit outside and waste ammo for like a super long time too. There's nothing stopping us from wasting a lot of ammo like right here. And in fact, it might be correct to do it, right? And we can just, yeah, we'll wait for the blob fight to start, and then, you know, we might as well get these guys off of their horses. Go in here and fight, start getting the tenacity going, start getting mastery going. Let's go ahead and... Oh, it put 30 seconds on all of our abilities. Well, that's bad. Alright, let's try to pop Delay here. We know he shouldn't be unhorsed yet, so let's just try to pop him. We're just gonna let our archers fire at will. It's gonna waste a lot of their ammo, but, like, so what? The alternative is not having them shoot at all. That doesn't seem excellent. When they get to like half ammo, maybe I'll remember to have them stop shooting, and maybe I won't. You know, they're doing fine. It feels wasteful, but if they're getting them off of the wall, then they're doing fine. And I think they just dumpstered Delay. We're gonna hit a Wisdom of the River on him. Yeah, I think they just put him into the ground. That's the thing. He was on a horse, right? And they weren't. So we're just gonna brawl. And yeah, you know, actually this blob fight's going fine, isn't it? You just need to get your guys on foot and not push too far forward from the rest of your dudes. That's a big thing that I do wrong. Of course, we just need to fight for a while here, and then he'll go up to like 100% melee evasion. He can fight in a blob fight forever for a strategist. You know, we just need to make it work for a little while. Ammo's still fine. Yeah, I mean, this blob fight, you know, it's not elegant. It's not graceful, but it's working. It's working just fine. And we're just gonna go, might as well go into real fast forward mode. You know, hey, this is actually a perfect blob fight. You know, nothing's going wrong. Those followers of the flame probably aren't gonna, like, force multiply their way in. And we're gonna try to push our cavalry up through the front now. Why not? Leroux has plus 100 melee evasion, except he doesn't, because the fire has given him no melee evasion. Okay, it fell off. Anyway, I don't know how well that ability works. But it sure said that he should have been at 100% melee evasion for a bit. Yeah, he's got to stay in melee the whole time, so even if it breaks melee at all, then it goes away. But, you know, we're just going to push forward here and take this. We're not going to dignify it with slowing down. Milady Zhurong's over there. We will dignify her with a duel. Do you want a duel? She doesn't want a duel. Alas. Well, then we are going to run over him. Yeah, there's no splash damage going on in this army, right? But really, like, because, like you said, you don't really see a lot of walls for Nanman, you know, like, I specifically was thinking these armies will be just fine here. We won't need to modify them. But here, I mean, these were just the guys that started in the army, you know, these were the people that were available. But But yeah, you know, if we were fighting a different faction, then that would have been a lot messier because, you know, we didn't even get a breach, so you can't use the cavalry effectively if you only have the one entrance. But it all works out. And they're running. Why is it not over? They're all fleeing. Their army lost. Who's the unbreakable folk? Ah, right here. The tiger. The tiger won't run. Got it. And you know, Luke, you're absolutely right. Liru did come out of that with, like, a ton of HP. And the dude has a lot of HP in the tank anyway. Like, 23k? That's a pretty big HP pool to have left over for a strategist. I'm used to... I mean, I know I turned the unit size up, so it's a little different than I would have thought. But yeah, okay, so even holding them back, once we got the cavalry engaged, you know, you get your hundreds of kills. Bunch of heroes. Alright, because the fire arrows would be only for his retinue. I guess we could put an Onyx Dragon in there, but like we're not perceiving many more sieges here. And Bulwark would be nice here, and Mighty Knockback would be nice, and Battle Running Speed, yeah, all of those things good. Join me, Zhongfei. I have long sought a worthy master to banish the chaos. Allow me to lend my talents to your cause. I will allow it. I'm going to allow it. Sorry about your brother. It's not what I wanted. Exactly, you know, he doesn't have to keep on working for his widow, who's an arrogant overlord. Yeah, it wasn't really my fault, indeed. And like, and two, you know, at this point, are you really going to argue that the Han is not truly restored and that fighting for the Han Emperor is not, like, what's expected of a person who claims to be nominally attached to it? Not even as a, look at me, I'm the guy running the place, but if you are one of the minor warlords at this point, do you think that would be an easy sell? Imagine you're Yuan Tan and you were trying to hold your coalition together, like it was until just a couple turns ago. Yeah, next Liu Bei was the rebel, actively, indeed, who put up an imperial seat within vision of the actual one, which again would have been common knowledge. He didn't even have, like, a stolen Imperial seal to work with, you know? Like, he was just running it. Outrageous. And there we push her off. And these yellow turbans are around too. Because she got pushed into the swamp, this will be like, yeah, when you catch them on a road and they retreat away from it, like they can often, here, I'll maybe move my hand in front of my face. That'll show you what I mean conceptually by away from it. That'll be useful. Good. Great. Anyway, and they can end up like in a swamp or in the middle of the forest where it's so bad for them. And it's nice, too, because it's like, yeah, they fled and now they can't get away. But, like, sometimes you'll attack them here and they'll get to flee around the whole way. So it doesn't always work. So it's always nice when it's like, oh, they ran into the marshes nearby where they're not going to be able to get away from me. Because often it takes a little bit of a different tack. Well, you know what Zhongfei wants to do. He wants to go smash Yuan Tan. That's what he wants. So we're gonna give him an army. No, we gotta wait till next turn. We gotta wait till next turn. We'll give him an army next turn. This guy's name is similar to the Empress's name, but is different. He doesn't have the umlauts. Oh yeah, and then we can get Cao Cao there too, and then you know, we'll just throw in somebody green or purple. All right, all right. All right, and then we're finally rolling this guy up here.
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
You can't say you do anything but release them when they're recruitable. Not when you're playing Yellow Turbans. Yeah, if there was like a necessary roleplay reason for me not to do it, like playing Yellow Turbans, you know, but like yeah, look, you're not gonna find me out here executing Guan Yu or any of the characters that I especially like, you know. I'd rather stand up and let the Southern Elephant run at me than execute my girl Sun Ren, right? Like, get out of here. Don't even think about trying to make me absolute G, regardless of what the situation is. I don't care if she's the other Emperor. I'll let her do it. I'd be like, how could it have come to this, my girl? This is the army of Liu Ba Li. A hard name to say. What if she executes one of my cool generals? It would have to be a really cool general.
Command. 战争也是终结乱世的一种办法。
So the Zhangyang, yeah, you know he because I haven't played Yuan Shao, I imagine he would be quite the nettlesome neighbor.
讨平乱贼，澄清四海，护国讨贼。
双方百姓皆血流成河。
So sign peace with this. Yeah, you know, you're gonna need to offer better terms than
如
that.
此，只得作罢。
One of the few leaders, you know, who's particularly prone to it. Yeah, you know, I guess I haven't had to deal with it happening to somebody that I really cared about, right? Not in a campaign that worked. We're gonna go right here and say, who comes to the Han? Seven there. Can we catch? Yes, we can. Let's do, once we roll up this initial incursion, it's gonna take them a while to muster them, to move them out, you know, to do all the nonsense, and we're just going to...
快马加鞭，释放俘虏。
No, gradually grab them. That'll be the order of the day. We should have gotten onto the river. We could have gotten onto the river and already been back.
见识一下我们的激情，燃遍天下。
Lubu and Dongzhuo probably also escape with the red
长
battle.
天所著，
Yeah.
我
Dongzhuo, because he's so far away and doesn't really get out too much under the normal constraints. And Lubu, because you don't go and pick a fight with them unless you're pretty sure you're going to win it. And,
这次饶你们一命。
and you hope you're right. No, you just get 3 people off of their horses and then you take care of it.
"谨遵命令，点燃激情，痛击敌军。 全力奋战，则战无不胜。快点儿！
上阵杀敌，消灭他们。
Like, this dude, when he declared war, he did not appreciate that we were, like, right here. Like, it's like, dude, we are outside right now. You have made a grievous
这
error.
里几乎没有人。心怀怒火，奋勇杀敌。 无道即大义，为大义而战。
Most of the time, you never even see a Dongzhuo or Yasmatan. I don't know, with him in it. They probably have, you know, it coded for him to mainly not wish to do
部下
that.
是来交战的，而不是来阵前饶舌的。
Which makes sense, you know, and, like, that is one of the things I really love about the game is how, you know, the personalities really shine through, especially in the early game, you know, like, you know, people behave as you think they might. Alright, here we've got, you know, the rain. Not ideal. However, we'll be just fine, because we're just going to... Yeah, we're just gonna have our guys behind the spear guard and hope that the tower doesn't shoot at us, right? Because what we need to do is get a place for the blob fight, and then Dian Wei, on top of the great southern elephant, is going to run in and go blah. And then, of course, if they ever get him below 20% health, he will become an elephant that does 5 times as much melee damage. And I think that will be very fun indeed. Because, of course, 20% health for him on this elephant. He's got 42k, so that'll be, you know, 8. He's unbreakable. Should be interesting.
准备开战。
Oh yeah, and we do have that hidden strike ability, which I rarely think about, but that has always existed.
跑起来！射手就绪，穿墙往去。
Because even in the rain, like these base level towers, you know, you only need a couple of hits with a treb with flaming shots to get them down. And that is what we are going for. Spear guards are at 80% missile block, and we are shooting right into them. What a bunch of chumps.
向前，前进！众军前进！快速前进！掩天卫军，掩天卫军！沿左分队，杀呀！
In strike, you want to poke around units. Oh, it doesn't even have to be as generals. I see. Yeah. Well, I guess So here, if you had him with Cao Cao, right? Because Poison Volley is amazing, but you do have the restriction of having that. But here, you have Cao Cao on the battlefield, so that cooldown is dramatically lower, and you don't have a usage. You might be able to use that a whole lot of times, which would have specific faction synergy here. Not that Cao Cao starts with Jieshu, but due to the spies and the fact that he's, you know, got that villainous mustache, you know that it wouldn't be too hard to get a hold of him for your faction. Like, let's start shooting better choices here, right? It's like, I really think we're just straight NPCing it and shooting into spear guards there like a real champion. Alright, there we go. With some... He's a guaranteed joy event for the first faction we'll do. Which is usually the player, unless it's me playing a bandit, yes. Alright, and now we're just going to open up on, like, you know, the blob in here. Now that the towers are burned down. Blob fight commence in the mid. Xiaohu Yuan engaged, and of course now it's time for Dian Wei to shine. People will absolutely be able to tell him apart from other people after this is all done. They will absolutely be able to. We're going to jump off of our horse and put the beat down on Qi Hui here. Don't worry, they're waiting for you. You're a champion. They're not going to stop the war till you get the way. Oh man, their artillery is really getting me. Run away, guys. You got so much to live for. Someone else can plug the gap. And then, of course, the elephant is gonna scream, and everyone here is gonna be like, "Oh no, I thought you said this was the Han," and she's gonna be like, "Oh no, I thought this was the Han." And we are just gonna get straight the beat down. We're gonna stomp in the middle of the block here. Oh yeah, look at them all fall down. This is the good stuff here. Look at me. Dian Wei gracefully charging around on the back of an elephant. You know, I bet this this elephant with Cao Cao in the army, though. Because then you would have these abilities on a cooldown that was functionally, what, 30 seconds? Yeah, you know. I really like this faction. I mean, this faction doesn't always get the elephant, but this faction could get it. All you have to do is travel the world until you find the elephant. Because he's just straight having a party, right? Like, this is really living. An elephant on a green general.
哈！敌军士兵正在溃逃。
He created a hole in reality there. And all of them just crumbled into dust. Beautiful stuff. Alright, Elephant Showcase is on. Oh, beautiful, is it not? And we're just gonna walk right back through. My name is Scarbrand the Exiled. I ride on an elephant. And I have 580 kills. Glorious. And when we take the central place, the morale penalty should be sufficient enough to make them basically get out of here. Oh. They got knocked off of there by the withering crossbow fire, I guess. Well, we took the flag, and that was enough to make them all break. Dianwei ends up with 778 kills. A very good elephant man. All right.
我虽有所晋升，但仍心系苍生。
And here, of course, battle running speed for his retinue suddenly becomes dramatically more important. What a champion. What a glorious performance. What a guy. I'm so glad we gave him the elephant. One day I'm going to be able to tell him apart from other people. That's right, this guy is my vassal. Where does he live? Oh, right here, that's right. He has that farmland. I can give you Shandong, I guess. We're just trying to go there to make sure our vassal doesn't get eliminated. I guess we could give him some land to that effect. We can't give him Wei, though. We can give him this farmland. Because we're planning on giving him Shandong anyway. He doesn't want to give us a trade agreement. Well, maybe if we... Yeah, there we go. It's good for him, and it's good for me. He'll see. And then if Zhengzheng takes this land, then it won't be able to get just yanked away from him. Boom, baby. Condemned Howl. If his health goes below 20, and he's not on an elephant, he gets 900% bonus. Oh. Is Dianwei's ability elephant exclusive? I should have read it. It happens even on an elephant, yeah. The cry of the forest is not a passive ability that does not trigger when on an elephant, as Zhu chooses. So, yeah, there you go. And a very good elephant man. Hello, Liam. How are you?
上下一心，齐步前行。那就快点吧。
I'm like, what if I made you really like me? Would you work for me then? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, were they trying to siege this place? Like, I guess they don't really have an administrator. The one, she's not at home. I'm like, what do they think was gonna happen here? Well, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen here, there, or everywhere. We're all good. Do we need to grab another army here? You know, Cao Cao wants a command, and he deserves it.
功名震天。
And Zhang Fei wants to hang out with him.
打起精神来！
He's heard such good things about him. And Xiaqiu is gonna hang out because she actually thinks Cao Cao would be a good husband, so she's gonna see if that works out. All right, Zhang Fei's tree is Garbo. They've taken him in a square here, but you know, at least by the time he gets 100 more levels, he'll be in a good spot. And Cao Cao could use some nice armor. Yes, he can. The Forest Crane. Oh, there we go. Now he's fancy. Big armor base. Ranged block chance. A nice white horse for him to ride in on. We're proud of our boy. I'm doing good, Liam. I'm doing well. Glad to be done with my
看到
work
众
week.
人汇集于此，我心甚慰。
Zhongyong should have went it up in A, and then after that went to it. Ah, yes. But instead he hangs out here for a super long time and then eventually works for me. Which, you know, I'm glad. Look, I'm glad that they eventually saw the error of their ways and stopped being part of this ridiculous Yuan Tan coalition. Like, how did y'all all agree to work for him? It doesn't matter. One spear guard because we need to be able to block stuff for sieges. And she's already got a baller retinue. She's far from composure, or from, with the arrows and everything, so we're just going to keep her with Imperial Palace crossbows and have this be a nice little supplementary army to go and smash things with. So a positive 5k, but we'll wait another turn here. Do we have our... Who is honoring me now? Everyone is honoring me now. Everybody thinks that I'm the coolest.
奋力一战。
Get more palace cav there. I like having lots of the palace cav. The more you have, the better it is too. Because if you have, you know, 2 of them, okay, maybe one gets tied up, you get a counter charge or something. You have 6 of them. Unless you have a very weird, blunderous time, you're going to be able to set up really devastating enfilade fire. And as everybody who's read an infantry manual knows, if you're in the infantry and then you start taking fire from the flank, you're about to have the worst time. All the more so if those people happen to be highly evasive and armored cavalry. You're like, wait, you're saying you went and stabbed the horse and they dodged you? You're like, yes, sir. First, my spear bounced off, and then the horse jumped over it, landed on the tip of my spear, swished me in the face with the tail, and ran off. And that really happened, you know? There was commotion. It looks like there's been a bad omen. And Liu Ji is, you know, he doesn't like this guy now. He grabbed the first dude around, and that dude said, well, you see, your majesty, it's actually a bad sign. He's like, what? I hate bad signs. Oh, no. Okay, and she's gonna get away. No, we'll, okay, I guess we can't catch her. It's fine. Other people we can't catch. Like, they're just gonna roll down the whole river at me. Oh, man. Oh, me. No, we will get on the river at them. We could have went down to Dong, I guess. You know, we'll... Simu Yi said it was a good idea. We'll see how that pans out. And Cao Ren is going to go back up to its old stomping grounds there in the north. Oh, wow, wow, wow. It really is... Oh, because he's blocking that there. I'm like, how is it trying to make me go all the way around? Well, he uses a little bit of time there. He'll be okay. And we spend like 3 days going across there. This Yellow Turban Rebellion is here. Pretty annoying. We can just... Just let them take over. No, that's not a solution. We could turn the taxes down some. It's... You know, it would give us slight negatives, but that's okay. We can't lose this place, though. Yeah, you know, because we made him an administrator, and then I never ended up using him at all. Yeah. Because he was being a good administrator, and then also it was like, this is a nice balanced retinue, you know, that would be good in a defense of a town, right? You know, you got some guys, you got some dudes, and I was like, okay, and it was going to be expensive to grab him, so I never got him in the early game, because I was like, do I want to pay 4K to get him just to spend another 4K on new units, or, you know, to save on postage, get somebody who already doesn't have them. And now this is happening.
我绝不动摇。心如止水，气聚神凝。
正气如火，熊熊不息。杀呀！为了天下苍生。 我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。放他们回家去吧。
I just called wrong. Supposed to get him, sometimes doesn't. Like in mine. Curse Premium. Yeah, because he gets, you know, he's got his little poison shot thing, and he's got his tie-in to give him better armor. So, you know, you get on a hill with your arrows, you sit still for a while, you know, you meditate, and then you get to push the damage through, which seems great, you know, especially for I want to have a small army type of faction. Negative corruption faction-wide, yes, please. Here, tax buildings will mess with public order even more, great. I'm like, this dude's just right here. I think he was movement locked after the retreat. He just couldn't get away. And she hits him with the 6 spin kick. My girl. What a champion. And that was a concubine, I think. I'm like, well, you know what that means. Sunren's gonna hang out with her. 10 satisfaction faction-wide. Wow. That's a lot. We'll hold on to her. We certainly don't want the Emperor to get a hold of this information. Ah, Shamoka. Sunrun gets that battle running speed. You know, we should swap the retinues. Why don't we just do that now? Because it would be expensive and I don't care? Yes, because it would be expensive and I don't care. King Shamoka will sign peace with us. The expansionist overlord Shamoka. And he'll pay me. You know, it would make everybody else not like us, but they already don't like us. But, I mean, I don't think he's really sorry. Aha! Duosi is trying to get his elephant back. He doesn't know it's on the whole other side of the world. Poor guy. I'd miss that elephant too if I were him.
Yeah. 承天所助，国军必胜。他们就该是如此下，快去！
Faction vassal heir. Move to your court. Positive diplomatic attitude bonus. So this, oh, so this is just for vassals. So that's awesome, though. You just yank their heir. Very good indeed. Hey, here we go. Propaganda, faction-wide. Good stuff. I love propaganda. That's what I would say. Here we go. Bonus experience for season. Now, the Imperial units started at level 10 always, right? If memory serves. Yeah, but, you know, we still have Trebs and Onyx Dragons and such.
护国讨贼。
We'll catch up with her there.
一匡天下，齐心杀敌，击垮敌军。
And like alright, now we're gonna be able to hit the scheme, and finally she's not gonna be able to keep running away. She can't keep getting away with it.
敌无良谋，
And we give her a stab and knock her over.
放了吧，无法为我军所用。淹没敌军。
天下宿命，尽在我等，一个都不放过。
消灭敌军。
Alright, so Duosi's here in March because he's trying to manipulate me into attacking him because he's got a reinforcements. Little does he know that I know that and I don't care and I want to fight him anyway. Yep, there we go. The reinforcements show up. Very clever. We don't even have night battle. That's fine. Let's go. Let's brawl. The map is nice and open, relatively. That'll favor us, of course, and disfavor them. They have some elephants and some other elephants. That is exciting. Maybe those people want to join me. And then I'll get elephants. Maybe recruitable. Indeed. And that'd be very exciting. Alright, so they'll be coming in from that way. Which we've got the Vanguard deployment, which means we're gonna be right here. Oh yes, perfection. We're gonna put them in a circle on the tower. That's gonna be their job. The spear guard. That's what they're gonna do here. All right, we'll have flaming shot there at least. Skirmish off, guard on.
当心，敌人有援兵相助。
Because Duosi now, he still has Liu-Bei's swords, which is incredibly offensive. And we will take them off of him, if necessary. That's the best thing about letting the Nanman become pro. We'll just get into Nanchang elephants the Han otherwise. And, of course, then, you know, if you get your fatigue immunity bouncing around, pretty fun. Speaking of, war elephants. Alright, so war elephants. Let's get the shots on them as we can right now. We're definitely getting a lot of fire in, and that's just what we need to do. Of course, we're taking a bunch of shots from these Nanman slingers, who we do know are capable of putting some really solid HP damage out, but these elephants are eating a lot of hits here, and that means it's time to drop their armor down, and hit them with a frontal charge. And we should be able to break them right here. There we go. Elephants running. And we're gonna have the Trebs hold their fire for a bit. Oh, we charge right into the spears. Who tumbles off their horse? Any of us? It looks like, no, we end up not doing it. That's good. We're just gonna pop this hidden Viper unit real quick. You know, they get the poison weapons. We just don't want to get them poisoning a bunch of stuff, you know. We want to keep our people nice and healthy. And we will. They flee pretty quick there. At least I thought they would. No, they're still brawling. Now we're just going to back up here. And now that everybody's softened up and in somewhat of disarray, it's time for the heavy cav to roll in. Looks like elephants back on the menu, boys. And those spear guard are just chilling there. Good for them. You want to go? Yeah, Cao Pi fears basically nothing. Anybody else want to brawl? Elephants get dumpstered. And now, the heavy cav charge is going to push through. This is a lot of axes and no spears, basically. There's some coming up, but I have a feeling that we are just going to run right through. Wolfpack, we know them, we love them. They are getting absolutely dumpstered. And here, you know, they are on top of them. These are Imperial Palace crossbows. We're just going to run in and fight the Ravine Warriors. We're a match for them, right? So that's all fine. There were elephants actually coming back in for the fight, but that's not gonna, you know, they're not gonna be long for the fight. They will be running away as soon as the cavalry runs into them. Maybe even sooner. Cao Pi emerges victorious. The Cav is having a time. The elephants crumble and dwindle away. And King Duosi of the Nanman hangs out in the back. Liu Bei's stolen swords at the sides of him. Oh, tigers. Oh my. They got a little thing, I guess you can like grab a hold of them, you know, and that'll stop a tiger from running off. Because that's just how tigers work. Look, I'm not criticizing it. I'm glad they're in the game. That's who I am. I'm a guy who thinks you should be able to have tigers. Not really, but in a game. Obviously, there are probably reasons related to a tiger that you shouldn't have a tiger. Even if there were plenty of tigers and like conservation wasn't an issue, I think that with a little bit of thought, we might consider why a tiger might not be a good idea. But if you want like a hit television program, it could be good. I didn't watch that show, but I know a lot of people did. I was playing World of Warcraft when it happened, so I saw a lot of the memes. This is, you know, Zhong He is actually really good against Nanman because you have forest spotting, you got indoor grime type and forest penalties, because if you're going to be fighting in the forest a lot, you know, the big thing that messes with Cav is if you don't have Strider on him, right? But hey, if you have that in your army, you know, you could throw him in one that was relatively a little lighter. There we go. 450 kills on one crossbow, 370 on another one, 250 on another crossbow, several hundred through all the heavy cavalry. He's really good for spot. Oh yeah, he also has Sentinel, but he can have a spear, so that's very good. And unfortunately, neither one of the guys with elephants wants to join me yet. An old man G trying to run away. He'll soon find himself with absolutely nowhere to go. I guess with Zhong He, I was just judging his tree because he replaces the, I think, very good 50% melee evasion pop with this, which is a great ability, right? But, you know, charge resistance is good, and force fighting's good, and speed, and ignore ground type, and fun. Like, that's all very nice. But, man, just being able to pop for 50% melee evasion, that's real good, too. Alright, we have the public order boost event, right? So we can go ahead and turn the taxes up for a bit.
全军注意！今日此战，乃是大义之胜，对他们严加处罚，恐怕颇为不易。
有话直说。
We might give them retinues eventually, but we're more likely to chop this army and then like give them different armies entirely at some point. So, you know, no reason to have them all dressed up. Alright, what have we here? What we have here is so many generals. The Emperor levels up. Now, I don't think any of these abilities are good anymore. I mean, they're fine. You know, it's just that we already got the ones that are basically specific to him. And the only ones remaining now are like the ones that are available to all characters. So like, because he can't have an army, they're not as good, right? He can't be an administrator, so this assignment doesn't matter. Here, I guess trade influence, because I mean, starting rank for all recruits. We could get public order, you know, because the faction-wide things does matter. We could get available armies, meh. Available assignments, eh. Redeployment cost, I mean, that actually, you know, why not, right? Cheaper redeployment allows us to move armies around, and that is, you know, broadly very good. And she has been, like, filial and incorrupting so long. What a champ. She has been promoting good action. Say I have no honor. Liu Yao. How many times do we have to teach this lesson, old man? Zhuge Luoyang has burned down some buildings, and Guan Yu has as well. The Han Empire has been destroyed. Not my Han Empire, the other one. The last vestiges. It's like that was an angry-looking lady. Okay, that's the local administrator. Cao Cao when he notices that there's a concubine. Maybe the oh yeah, like maybe the old the guardian of the gates himself. He's got the cleaver of mountains. He's got a bodyguard. He's got an imperial bow. Marvelous. We're gonna recruit her because she has a good weapon. We're gonna take it away, because otherwise I'll forget to take it away. That's pretty good. It's pretty good indeed. So he gets Roar of the Beast. range block, and fleet-footed, which is... Oh, wowza. 900% acceleration, big speed and charge. So this guy can catch somebody. But of course they take the lower path, because why not? Still need Zhang Liao. Yeah. Which, is he still fighting for, like, the Dong family? Probably. Yeah, you know, we need to get him in an army. That we do. But which? It's hard to say. We'll think about it.
齐心杀敌，此乃天意。原各为其主，他们不过是奉命行事罢了。一匡天下，天意所指，刀矛所向。
Those generals you would call famously elusive. Yeah, in the 190 start, because he fights for the Hun, and so there you've got to go through very specific circumstances to get a hold of him. Or you could play in 200, and Cao Cao could start with them, and then you would have to run away from them forever.
准备出击。
Not forever, only until you took Shuofeng. And we don't take Blood Fury because going Berserk is not good, actually. You never take that one. Maybe you should, but I'm not taking it.
开战！缜密谋划，方可取胜。正在行进。为了天下苍生，奋力一战。
And there, they take like a really, really long walk around to no avail.
都是为各自信念而战罢了。出发！绝不留情！
Oh, they got me. They bamboozled me. They caught me running around. What a chump.
奔赴战场。
Couldn't have been Zhang Fei's army. He's too clever. He knows the terrain.
大义将临，莫敢不从。
Administrator of the pass.
快去！枝芽新生，茁壮成长。
I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that is the downside. If they're there, then they could be captured there. Kinda went the wrong way, it's alright. How does this formally Liu Bei have left? Not very much, I don't think. I think... Yeah, Xu has just Badong and then the Iron Mine there too. So yeah, just the settlement in that one, but of course it's pretty annoying to get to there. Just walk up this way, hit the water. No, the shallows are blocked there too. That's right, I remember. Supposed to be Luoyang. Oh yes, that's right. We don't want somebody else to get there first, after all. After all, if Cao Cao comes home and then he takes care of it, that'll just make the Emperor think that his beloved adopted son can do everything right. And that's not what that the Emperor's grandchildren want, right? My Lady Zhurong is the goddess of flame once more.
准备作战。传英明于天下，如此方可传布大义。正在行进。给我快滑！进港。
Ah, nice.
释放怒火吧！
Choked
今
out,
日
choked
此
out,
胜，
choked out.
乃承
There we
天之
go.
恩泽。
Brilliant.
谨遵命令。
We'll take him.
正在行进。
讨平乱贼，澄清四海。释放怒火吧！
消灭他们！
为了功名，匡扶天下。保持原样，天命在此。
When we rest from for the punishment pile. Yeah, you know, we're maxed on it, but it still feels so good. These Imperial units, man, without the drawback, I mean, you know, without the drawback, it's all gravy. Oh, well, look at this. The plot thickens. Shamoka's here. We know that he's a real fighter. Whose bow is that? Oh, it's Dorosi's bow. Gifted in friendship. I was like, is that somebody's bow? It's his bow. It's okay that he has it. The King of the Man. Oh, we'll put that name to the test. Alright, they have cataphracts, they have Mercav, and a bit of elephant. So, you know, little annoying to deal with. Be fine. It's so it is a gift from Duosi to Shamoka actually, and that's, you know, he's just holding on to it. Sure, it'd be nice to have fire arrows. Oh, they're doing the thing. Well, this is probably pretty bad. So they have a whole lot of force to come through. At least they'll be waiting forever. Do we just charge our guys in and hope that it works? I mean, it could. Are we gonna get caught up on heavy cav and get popped though? Maybe. At least now, if their heads are poking out, we'll just hit them with the trebs, and they'll be, you know, at least going through a burning forest, and that'll please them. And if they're in this loose formation, then they won't have the charge resistance. These are axe throwers, but we don't let them throw the axes. And now we eat a charge from the cataphracts. We need to just wheel through this way. We also have been hit with an armor and evasion reducing debuff, so we just need to get right through this way. Of course, before we roll out, she is gonna wheel around and fail to use her ability. Please run. Please run. Okay, there we go. Oh, and then as soon as we stop chasing it, he immediately wheels around. He's so much smarter than I am. At least the Merc Cav are falling here. Man, we get so beat up by those cavalry. They do have 370 charge bonus. Okay, wow. That's rough. Treat the Cav here and here. Need to get the heavy cav charging through the infantry. This is a big block without spears. Take advantage of that. Minghuo's here. Will you duel? Yeah, he will. Oh, he's about to lose this. I hope. Yeah, he's losing this. Hit him!
你的战友正遭受攻击，注意，禁区！
Alright, we need to get the cav out because we really, really need to be keeping them engaged. Oh yeah, and now of course they're going to be melting all of our guys here. We need to pull the cav back again. What's going on over there? They're just messing around. Shimoka has not arrived yet, but he's arriving now, and now we're really in for it. And wow, Sunren is getting just trucked on. Jeez. There we go. She beats him and gets at least some of the HP back, but man, oh man, that's rough. So we're actually gonna run into these spears and get knocked off. I was gonna say get off of the horse, but you know, this is fine too. This is smart. Good news, these archers haven't been doing anything the whole time, which means they'll have plenty of ammo. Good news, the shock cavalry was just hanging out in the back here. Oh yeah, the elephants. We should be shooting the elephants. They actually could be a problem. Never mind. They're taken care of now. Good. Could be seen in a gold vein, indeed. Yeah, my super beat up guy is gonna take the duel with you. Full health, Shimoka. Get out of here. I know you got like 90% melee evade. It's only 70. Who built you? You should have more than all that. I hear they're on the slingers now. The men are on ammunition. That's just the palace cavalry? No, I'm like, who's out? Oh, it's the Trebs. I'm like, the palace cavalry can't be out of ammo yet. We've been using them very ridiculously. They're sure to be still in form. And here we're doing a full cav charge in to this position. First the skirmish cavalry, and then the heavy cavalry to follow them up. That's what a smart guy I am. Hey, if they run afterward, then it's not dumb. It worked. Like, please just get off your horse and kill this dude. She's gonna immediately do like 3,000 damage, even though she's a strategist. Yep, you just gotta get off your horse and kill the dude. Of course, doing that in the middle of your opponents might be fatal, but if they're in your territory, I mean, you know, there's the risk and the reward, right? There we go. Clean! 400 kills on a Lancer, 300 on a Lancer, 300, 100, 200, 140 on the crossbow cav. Love it, love it, love it.
战争也是终结乱世的一种办法。放了他们，他们只是奉命行事的士兵罢了。
That figure replan yet? I think so.
今天放你们一马。
If not that it's at like 42 or something. When you have it when they're mustering, it's over 50, but let's see.
Thank
you. I would like to thank the Academy. I would like to thank my producers. Obviously, my strategist, Luke, without whom this couldn't have ever happened. You know, I would like to Oh, they're playing the music for me. All right, I guess I'll wrap it up. I would like to thank Bic, the pin manufacturer. Without them, I wouldn't be able to get these pins that I twirl so wonderfully. You know, I'm just a fan. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Campaign victory. Look at us with the red flag. Oh, isn't that a nice touch? With the red flag of the Han and the red there represented, since we restored the dynasty rather than, you know, the dark bluish, blackish color that we're, you know, you would associate with Wei. Actually really love that, right? Isn't that special? But yes, the campaign is not entirely over, for we have to build the palace, but the unification of China has been completed. It's just 39%, I guess, on it. But you know, that's far push. Ah, yes. Which is the one that's right up here in Wuling? Yeah. The tiger cubs got popped. Well, you know, they served us well and for very long, but I'm thinking that I really like rolling around with a bunch of those guys. Chokes him out with the Guangdong. Trapped in there. It's alright, they won't get replenishment this turn. And by next turn, Yan Liang will be able to roll in to help out. Ah, right here. This one's a rice paddy too. Ah. Like, you will be my vassal, and you will trade with me. It's like, look, I am not gonna trade with you. Got any stuff? Got any heirs that we want? No. You will also pay us a lot of money. You know, nature's healing. We're now a trustworthy guy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you know, we don't want to...
那就快点吧。
We still have to destroy Yuan Tan to get on the path to glory. We're working at it. We are working at it.
头脑冷静，方能长久。
You're gonna need to do a better deal than that.
如此，只得作罢。
Saw Mignon is kind of age. Good, good, good.
心怀怒火，奋勇杀敌。全力奋战，则战无不胜。快点！养兵千日，用兵一时。
上阵杀敌，毫无意义。不能这样，我才不要这
You're
样。
locked in here with me. And of course, no time to really replenish there. And now he's too far away. We could just retreat there and Yang wrap it up there. Mayhap. Make him so he can't move around.
"廉洁奉公，忍受苦难。进攻！万民之声不可小觑。
Do I know that waver in the way south? No, do not.
马上照办。为了天下苍生。
又是你这厮！
The Yu River. You even navigate that one like all the way in, right?
一个都不放过。天命在此。 作乱为祸之徒，不得其死。我可不是薄情寡义之，都放了吧，谅他们不敢造次。
人壮而后，枝叶繁茂。大人有何吩咐？
大人有何吩咐？主公召我。 火燎原！ 坚盾护体，利剑杀敌。
He doesn't. That's right. Here we go. I'm like another member of the family
拿起
needs
武器，
needs a job. It's interesting that he fought a lot of major battles, did well, and didn't get promoted for it. You know, some people... Because promotions are weird, right? Especially in, like, a warlord era thing, you know, like, sometimes, you know, you're just not deemed to be, like, they don't want to give you more responsibility, but you still get to, like, enjoy all of the praise and such. After all, who can forget what a wise plan it was to make Zhang Fei in charge of things just because he was your friend?
力求上进，功名震天。
拿起武器！
I'm playing at least you that he did for love of the game, probably refused promotion soon.
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。根壮，而后枝叶繁茂。
Let me grab the old Hulao Pass. Become unbreakable. Our assassin best pal continues smiling it up. She has a party, you know. She already has stock, so you don't have to take stock, because the assassins get that as part of the thing. Or they get it as they level up, I'm not sure. It's like, even if the three of them come in, I was thinking it'd be fine, but it'd be finer if we got our replenishment anyway, right?
立刻群敌。
It worked.
释放俘虏，此等匹夫尚不自知。
I love the idea of Mulu getting his elephants on the boats. 32 elephants on, like, dude, if you saw that, moves a straight Hannibal. So is what the Lion of Yongping. But it's like, that's an anachronism, right? 'Cause it just takes place, like, not in the timeline as you would expect. We go here.
进攻！ 如此方可传布大义。愿各为其主，他们不过是奉命行事罢了。传英明于天下。我等取胜，百姓当为之欢呼。正在行进。
And another generation of Cao children gets blooded.
胸怀忠正，
进攻！
And Cao
大义将临，莫敢不从。
under the wise tutelage of Simi,
百姓定会箪食湖江，夹道欢迎。
and we're gonna rush construction of it. It's a lot of money. It's all right.
今日此胜，乃承天之恩
It's
泽
the。imperial city. Lands aren't doing Yes. Well, you know, they've heard stories. Well, you get stories of lions from Buddhism, yes. Like the little lion dog, the Shih Tzu, you know. Because Buddha has like a chariot pulled by, you know, lion dogs.
廉洁奉公，忍受苦难。
But it is
释放怒火，消灭敌军。
yeah, that's right. This is it's the wrong not a savory guy. Yeah,
国军必
I'd forgotten. Yeah,
都放了吧。
not
点燃激情，
not period
痛
probe.
击
They're
敌
all
军。
they're all Taoist and
设宴摆席，欢呼
Confucian
庆
and
祝吧！
such. And then, just a couple more years and we can build the Imperial Palace there. So let's get started. And once we solidify the position, we'll begin moving the capital there, because after all, the Imperial Palace is going to be there. It's only right.
释放怒火，消灭敌军。摆设宴席，欢呼庆祝吧！
告诉他们，我来了，向目标前进。
向世人宣告我军大业。
And then just like that, Dad will proudly teleport across the map, finally leading his own
此
army
为
instead
苍
of
生黎民
Xiaojun.
之天下，非暴虐诸侯之天下。
Appearing at Luoyang, and Cao Cao is like, "Wow, Dad, I Did I do good? I made it an imperial city already. I spent 100,000 on it. Are you proud? I'm like, yeah, son. Yeah, I'm proud. Yellow Cav almost obsolete. Yeah, you know, because the tiger cubs, I actually think there's a place for tiger cubs even at this level. It's just that when you can afford this many armies of purely elite, then your ranged are so killy that you don't really need to hold anything in place with the tiger cubs, and you're better off just having more skirmish cav to do that job. Because tiger cubs with Vanguard, with their really nutty armor and missile block for being so early, accessible and being like very affordable, I think you can still absolutely use them into the late game, even when you have access to imperial units. Just depends on economy. But I guess because, well, no, they're 165, right? And Imperial Palace Cap, well, you know, that's reduced by like 20% probably. So it'd be like 200 or 250. Yeah, it would really just be if you could eat the replenishment, then you would want these anyway. They are slightly faster, you know. They've got the, you know, they've got Vanguard, I think, out of the box. 50 missile resist. You know, they're a great unit. You compare them to other yellow cav where they're cheaper, you know, and they just, you know, they've got the good morale. They've got morale as good as a Jade Dragon, you know. They're just not as punchy. A lot of money spent on projects on. It's like, this isn't for my vanity. It's for the Emperor. And he's like, well, he is your granddad after all. What a wonderful time. Paranoid thug. Go see, yeah. Oh, right. If you release like Nanman generals, it makes everybody in the Han faction hate you. Well, sue me for being such a good guy. Like, what do you want from me? You want me, Cao Cao, to be like a bad dude? That's not me. Be ready next year. Yes, indeed, indeed. They march in front of me to trap me here with Lady Churong's forces. It's alright. We'll just, you know, they're trapped in here with me. Oh no, that's on the other side. I was like, Sauron will just rescue him. Nope, will not. Oh, they have negative replenishment from the faction thing, though. Alright, yeah, we should be fine. After sieging the pass for days and days and days, Ma Teng finally attacks it. Good for him. Of course, Ma Chao fighting for Ma Teng.
先不打了，暂时不打。
King Shimoka, oh, look at that. He'll offer us a... Look, he really wants peace. Look, he's offering us all the food he has. Now that is a class move. Like that, you can tell.
你能看到利益
Like
所在。
that's not.
我
It's
心
not
甚
half
慰。
of his food. That's everything he has. Vassalage, nah, he wouldn't ever. It was like negative 180 earlier when I checked.
水涨船高。
Zhang Liao, how could you? Get some good green armor again. Oh, that's like special sentinel armor, finally. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so cool. Well, you know, then you can't have it. Oh, look at her. Glorious. Ornate armor for the distinguished warrior. My girl. Fear and discipline. Her constant companions.
立马出击！智取胜于强攻，我等非蛮夷也。
杀呀！释放怒火吧！
Teppo's like, look, Dad, look what I can do.
万民之
Do
声
you see my six spin
不
kick,
可小
Dad?
觑。
今日，我等便要攘
You win
除
in, son.
天下奸凶，向平定天下又进一步。希望他们能记住我的恩德。
They damaged the buildings. But what will the Emperor think? It's time to move our capital to Luoyang. It's safe enough now. Yeah, it's safe enough now. So his last pox would
为了
bonus.
天
Yep,
下
yep.
苍生，今日此胜，乃承天之恩泽。
不留。
妙计已定，又得天助。此阵可为我军所用。
Like, what is Shizi doing there?
你把我们惹怒了。
Gongsun has declared war on us. Well, fortunately, the Empress is still in the north. The fool. The fool.
Quick!
齐心杀敌。 干掉敌军。正在行军。
一个都不放过。凭我等战绩与运数，必所向披靡，
Maybe though it says they're related, they're
不
not.
解放尔等一条生路，拿下敌军。
我已归来，欢呼吧！
为天下黎民，下执于地，上参于天。谨遵命令。
Look at the good traits on this woman. Intrepid, fraternal, unobservant. That's not too good. Bright, tranquil, honest, and philanthropic, you know. Sure, a little careless, but what a nice set of things to say about a person, right?
快去！陵墓不语，静观死生。
让他们尝尝怒火。
All right, that's Shmoky's going home. I'm like, war.
讨平乱贼，澄清四海。
乘风破浪，斗志可不能死。
Make for good prime minister court unstacked with uniques. Yep. They could exist out there.
不能如此相持下去了。真是无理！
Like, shouldn't you be offering me more?
一统天下，不敢苟同，不辱使命。
消灭敌军，
定乱安民，讨平逆贼，匡扶天
Oh,
下。
wow.
一个不留。
Well, neither of them are moving too quick.
准备进港。 不行，释放愤怒吧！
吾之大志将得以实现。
Running speed for his retinue, yes,
定国安民。
please. This is my favorite button to click in the game. Not least that I know that it gives you the resource back. Like, that's so good. That's so good.
敌无良谋，须臾可破。
暂且撤退，保存兵力。你我都为太平而战，何故还不收束？那就如此吧。
Now he's seen the error of his ways.
英勇奋战，天意所指，刀矛所向。
Alright, Yuan Tan, where is your last bastion? The Tong Pass?
匡扶汉室，不拘细谨。
Gongsun's on there, our old foe.
坚持不懈，振作起来！正在行进。
赶尽杀绝，讨贼戡乱。胜负定当如此。
You just fell right over. Gongsun's on, I'm gonna let you live, and I'll tell you why. This campaign's almost over.
没关系，放了他们吧。
And I hoped that he would join me.
天下大义，
真是不可理喻！杀呀！见识一下我们的激情，赤峰。又是你这厮！
Okay, and it does move the emperor's seat when you move the capital over. Depending on, well, anyway, the emperor's seat is back here at Luoyang, which is awesome. You know, that's perfect. What a good little roleplay thing, right? That's just where it wants to be. And then next turn we'll get a tech.
全军前进。
Sun Chuan is going to chase her into the mountains. Oh wait, no, we're at peace with him now.
释放怒火吧！
绝不留情！
双方都不堪战争重负。 如此，只得作罢。
These three kingdoms, right? And Luoyang finally passes the torch to Liu Chong. Hopefully he'll see the benefits of being friends.
消灭敌军，绝不留情。
为天下苍生，
奋力一战，灭了他们！
Alright, here we go. Mandate of Heaven.
廉洁奉公。
And we get the achievement Forbidden City. Playing as any faction, construct a faction palace. And now the Emperor has everything he wanted. Everything. And I can recruit imperial cav, yeah.
大人有何打算？
We get diamond, which is good. Yeah, because you lose, you know, a huge amount of your charge. They have way better morale. But, you know, why are you even getting a morale check, you know? Are you me? Are you that bad with cavalry that you're just letting them fight for an extended period of time? Like an animal?
一统天下。
莫要急躁，
今日，我等便要攘除天下奸凶。
还望足下住嘴，如此才好痛快一战。
春秋交替，岂能
At
乱
the turn
乎
of the
大
season does
业？
not dissuade us from our
吾等
purpose.
只能取胜，别无他法。 准备就绪。
看，我方援兵抵达战场。
准备开战，集合，跑起来！
Their bastion artillery has to fire through the trees here. Pretty sweet. Oh wow. Maybe they were fighting at the cavalry. Oh yeah, this bastion artillery is just gonna crumple all of that. It's okay. We don't need our trebuchets online for long.
敌人觉察到我军了。
Alright, they're still in front. Oh, and there.
"我军伏兵已暴露，
我军已摧毁敌军哨楼。
友军正在遭受攻击。
干得好！已摧毁敌军哨楼。
He's like, are you still talking? They've been together a long time, right?
时机已至，加快速度！给我射！听命！速速前进！准备发射车！万箭齐发！快速前进！
But they're all white-watered. It's so hardcore. But this is the last bastard of the Yuan family, Yuan Gui, Yuan Tingmon, and Yuan Chun. All here, all trying to make it work. And see me triumphantly whitewatering all around. None of them can run from the foresight. And Cao Cao, who runs at 170. Ay, ay, ay.
"看我取你首级！
And against their bitter enemies, the Yuan family, we pull out all the stops.
友军正在遭受攻击。
She stands in the middle of them to fire the poison volley. She gives the horse a little kick. That's the good stuff.
鼓起勇气，手头灌击，做好准备，加快脚步。注意，冲啊！
敌方士兵正在溃逃。
快跑！
On the horse, indeed. 170.
敌方哨楼被拿下了。
敌将受首，
速速前进，片甲不留。快，上！
And Simi is just here thinking, man, I really picked the right side, huh?
加快脚步。
And
楚之大志将得以实现。我军已攻占此地。
Oh, no, it's not their last bastion. Where are they?
又是你这厮！
Really thought we were rolling them up.
传英明于天下，此乃天意。迷途众生，即待我等开示。
Right, like this was the army that was going to deal with this problem. I remember.
杀呀！此城归我军所有了。不行，这样行不通。扫平天下，释放怒火，消灭敌军。心怀怒火，奋勇杀敌。摆设宴席，欢呼庆祝吧！
开战，怒吼吧！释放怒火吧！
All right, I gotta go to bed. So we're not doing that one right now.
进攻！
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
到此为止了。
天下宿命，精力充沛。
我已在此。
出发了。大步向前。
But anyway. At last, all is right. Well, I mean, relatively all. That's a good map. So, although there's like loose ends-ish, in that the Yuan family is still around, and you know, like, we haven't ended all the war or whatever, this little brush fire thing up here, but I think with the building of the imperial palace, the reclaiming of the capital in Luoyang, the destruction of our enemies, well, near destruction. I mean, like, they are pretenders. We should get rid of them. I just, you know, I'm going to bed, and am I going to start this campaign so that we can just mop up some weak enemies, even though we've already done all the things that narratively needed to be done? I don't think so. I think we can be happy with this, you know. The imperial city rebuilt. The emperor restored. Cao Cao, 59 years old. Maybe he'll live forever. He's the heir to the faction. Luji, my beautiful, beautiful girl. the proud empress, wife of the emperor, and he's kind of afraid of her. That's why she smiles all the time. Look at the generations of the imperial family. He's got great-grandchildren already. Look at that. But anyway. Oh. Spy. You can have spies with Nanman? No. But anyway. There's the map. A glorious campaign. Super fun. Great pulling people together. His abilities are so strong. Really cool using, you know, the broad spectrum of heroes available to us in different places, you know, rather than how I sometimes do, just have like the one core armor. You know, we had a couple different ones that had their own big stories, you know, the Imperial Rescue Force with Suchu and Lu Ji, Zhao Ren going along with him, and then his spirited defense of the north there, you know, Cao Cao obviously being a hitter the whole time. Wonderful stuff. And we even got to get Dianwei, the Southern Elephant, and get about 1,000 kills. So, you know, that'll be a great thing to remember him by. But, yep. We're gonna go pop Ma Teng before I go to bed because, well, if you have a chance to hit him, you might as well.
每打赢一场，天下就安定一分。
Honda, I know him.
我可不是薄情寡义之人。
But anyway, a glorious victory. We restored the Han. We did it. The year is 215. It's spring and all the world is green. Anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed. What a great run. So fun. Lu Ji coming to our faction, just giving us the seed for a great narrative idea that ended up just being perfect, right? Your great idea about restoring the capital of Luoyang and the palace and stuff, you know, gets us a nice achievement and is a very pleasant little bow to tie on the campaign for the end. So there you have it. Cao Cao, the righteous hero, the heir to Han, the best dude. And our faction is called Trustworthy once more. That's pretty good. Anyway, good night, Luke. Coming up on my days off, I will be around. Might start another campaign of this tomorrow. Might not. Likely will pursue getting that, excuse me. That, make them unique mod. Definitely pretty appealing. But anyway, what a good time. What a good time. But, good night, Luke. Good night, anybody else who happens to still be around. Good night, Liam, if you're here. Good night, Kwong. Good night, Swarty, if you're here. Good night, everyone. And maybe I'll see you in another stream or video.